A few weeks before this happened, he was testifying before the Congress, Mr. Comey was, and he said he thought he did the right thing and would do it again. So I think that was a basis that called for a fresh start at the FBI.
So in other spots, feeling the heat on Capitol Hill, Attorney General Jeff Sessions facing tough questions. That was, of course, about Jim Comey. But this was in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee today, defending President Trump's firing of former FBI Director Comey. Here now is Jason Chaffetz, former Utah Republican congressman and Fox News contributor. So that was an interesting back and forth, because that was where he said, you know, the president said that he fired James Comey because of you, and what you said. And then later he told an interviewer that that wasn't the case. He was always going to fire him. And Jeff Sessions kind of cut through the nonsense, and he said, look, you know, he usurped the power. I've never seen that. He usurped the power of the Department of Justice by the FBI deciding that there was no investigation and going out and making an announcement that they believe that there's no reason to go forward and they're not going forward. What did you think of that exchange?
I thought it was good, candid, feedback from the Attorney General. It still begs the question, you know, where are the Democrats going on this one? Because I thought it was going to be the most universally accepted move by Donald Trump. I didn't think there was a single person in the United States Senate that would vote to reconfirm Director Comey. But the definitive word on this is actually, I think, going to come from the Inspector General. Nobody's talking about this because there's no leaks there, but Michael Horowitz, with 450 employees as the Inspector General at the Department of Justice, is going to look at everything from the tarmac meeting that Bill Clinton had with Attorney General Lynch all the way through the firing of Jim Comey, and that'll be out in 2018. Wow.
We've also learned this week that James Comey was writing that memo back in May. That was, there were drafts that we now see, that he was writing the memo to, you know, exonerate Hillary Clinton long before he actually went and interviewed her. And then under oath, he said that repeatedly, that he did not make the decision until after the interview, because he needed to hear what she had to say. And we're finding out in writing that what he said under oath was not accurate. What are the repercussions for something like that?
Well, remember, it's not until the July 4th weekend that the FBI actually interviews the subject of this investigation, Hillary Clinton herself. But it was May 2nd, a full 2 months prior, that the initial draft of this exoneration comes out. Now, it's an unclassified document, but the Department of Justice is redacting this. We really need to see what the underlying document says in its totality. But there were still a full 24 people that had yet to be interviewed when the initial draft is being written, and that makes absolutely no sense.
But I guess my question is, it seems like there's the possibility that there's written proof that James Comey lied before Congress. It seems like it. I mean, we have to see the whole thing, like you said. What are the repercussions for that? What happens? I mean, is there a penalty?
Well, look, John Ratcliffe, a former U.S. attorney, was questioning Director Comey in the House Judiciary Committee and asked him very directly and very specifically, because not only was Hillary Clinton in that room, but so were some other people. You had Cheryl Mills, for instance, who had immunity, but she was a subject witness. She was a fact witness. She was acting as the attorney, and she was allowed to sit in on that meeting. Even Director Comey was forced to testify in that hearing that never in his career had he ever seen that, which begs the question, you already had your decision made, didn't you, Director? And he swore that he didn't under oath. But there are going to be some very big consequences, at least there should be, if it's proven that he was drafting this document months before he even interviewed the subject of the investigation.
If it's true, there should be. We'll see. Jason Chaffetz, thank you so much.
Yeah.